One of the things I've learned about being affected by TBI is that it can be a long road to recovery. But as I've hopefully proved, recovery is possible. I'm delighted to meet 3 women who are helping people affected by TBI like me. First of all, I'm joined by Jan Rock from Matrix Neurological, whose inspirational work is helping children affected by TBI. Jan, can you tell me a little bit about your own personal TBI journey and it affected your family, in particular your son Callum?
I knew nothing about traumatic brain injuries and the impact it has on people until in August 2010, August bank holiday, when my son sustained very severe injuries, polytrauma injuries, when he was involved in a climbing accident at a local, well-known climbing spot not far from where we live. And Callum fell 70 feet and he landed on his head. And his injuries were, his skull exploded, it was eggshelled, as was described to me. The front of his skull where he landed just disintegrated, there was nothing left.
That whole list you've reeled off, how was that delivered to you as a mum? Was it drip by drip? Was it firstly, is he going to live or not live? I mean, how did that list must just be heartbreaking and shocking. And
all they focused on were the massive head injuries. And I said, what does that mean for his brain? And they went, devastating. Callum was on life support for 10 days. He also developed pneumonia from the ventilator. He also developed meningitis that they treated him for as well. So this kid had everything thrown at him. He was in theatre for 12 hours with 5 surgeons who gave him 20 units of blood just trying to keep him alive and trying to oxygenate his brain, keep that blood circulation going. He was placed into intensive care, and the conversation we had with the anaesthetist was 1/3 of all people who go into intensive care never come out. And I said, is my son in that 1/3? And he said yes. By day 10, we were told he couldn't stay on life support any longer and they needed to take him off. So what we did was, Callum had asthma when he was young, and when his chest used to feel tight, he used to go for a run and it used to clear his airways. That was the only thing I could think of to do. So I took him for a virtual run, and we were on a beach in Florida where he saw a rocket launch. And I was virtually running down this beach with him saying, can you feel the wind on you, when I was blowing on his face. Whilst this was going on, the doctors and the nursing staff were reducing all the sedation meds and slowly reducing the support from the life support machine. And after what seemed like hours, and I have no idea how long it took, he took a breath. And the doctors didn't expect it. He took his first breath. And it wasn't until the doctors were stood behind me crying that I realised what was going on.
And then it was another journey from that point to where he is now.
Absolutely. I had a 6'1" newborn baby, and what we were told was, well, you wanted us to save his life, this is what you've got back. But we knew our son was in there somewhere, and we knew we had to work to find him again. And that was the start of our long road back.
And so off your experience of that long road, and is my experience the road that everyone's still on, you set up Matrix Neurological, so in that charity that works with children and young people affected by acquired brain injury. What does the charity do, and what the impact it has?
Being a parent of a child with a brain injury, I've walked in the shoes of many parents, and what happens to other people's children happened to mine. And what I was passionate about was trying to make a difference to these families. So it was doctors initially asking me, you've done such an amazing job with Callum, what about all the other kids that need help and support, whose parents struggle with this and don't know where to start and blah, blah, blah. So they kind of asked me to set up the charity, which is what I did. And I didn't want another family to experience that alone. Over a period of time, we were really lucky to be given some funding from BBC Children in Need. And we have been able to develop a whole programme of neuro rehab resources that works to help children. Everything we do comes from a lived experience perspective and a problem-solving approach to what are we dealing with and how do we resolve this issue. And that's what we do.
And what do Coulthursts bring to
us?
Yeah.
Coulthursts have been amazing in supporting us, making donations, helping us out where I might need some help with whether it be advice for a child or whether it be some funding to do something or to buy something. I hope we add value to their services because they work with a lot of professionals, but our point of view is very different. So hopefully we expand what is needed for children. Plus we work with these children and families in a very different way. So quite often we've built a relationship with families that we can feed into the professionals what the issues. I would imagine we bring a very different perspective to that whole legal aspect with a view to helping professionals get better long-term outcomes for children.
And finally, when you're meeting parents of children who are going through a similar TBI journey, does it help that they're talking to someone who's walked a mile in their shoes and seeing what is possible?
What I'm trying to do is prevent what I know is coming in the future. And if I can have a positive influence on one family and one child's life, then it's worth it. Callum is our living, real-life case study that it's ongoing and we can do the best we can for your child. It's never, we can't change what's happened. We can't say we'll 100% get your child back, but it doesn't have to stay the way it is today. Things can change and improve.
I've met Callum today, and if he hadn't showed me some of the scars and felt where his artery's been moved from his leg to his chest, I wouldn't recognise a person from you've described of what he went through. So how is he from his mum's eyes today?
He is grateful to have survived. He appreciates what his family have done for him. He apologises to me all the time, which he has no need to. Callum went on to attend college, of which he gained an extended diploma and a triple distinction star, which gained him 420 UCAS points and got him straight into university. He went to university, he did a foundation degree and he went and did an honours degree. And he is the inspiration behind Matrix because this is what can be achieved when children and young people get the right help and support.
Oh, you're amazing, Jan. Well, thank you.
Thank you.